Well, what a week for the Tennessee basketball team. Big win at home against Auburn. Big win on the road at Alabama. 2 down, 2 to go as far as those 4 tough games to finish SEC play. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about baseball. We'll talk about Tennessee winning against everybody, including the NCAA, next on the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spyre Sports. This is the Players Show. Mark Packer along with T. Jones Live, Jason Swain down there. What was the biggest win over the course of the last week? Was it baseball? Was it Auburn? Was it Alabama? Or was it against the NCAA?
I would say, what is 4, quadruple?
Yeah. If you had to pick one, though, I'd probably say NCAA for sure.
Would you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that part of the show is past us now. We do have baseball in studio tonight as the Vols are off to an 11-1 start. We'll talk with them in studio. But let's start with basketball. We talked about those last 4 games of the season. Auburn, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky. Said that if Tennessee could go 3-1, they could still possibly be regular season champions and a number 1 seed. They're 2-0.
2-0. The game against Auburn on Wednesday night, Jason, was an NCAA tournament game. The arena was full of fire.
Yeah.
Auburn played well. Tennessee played well.
Yeah.
But Tennessee shot 53% from the field, 50% from 3. They were 27-35 from the free throw line and 35-30 on the rebounding disparity. So Tennessee played well, and what can you say about Dalton? He connected when he needed to.
Nice. Practice that one.
I've never heard that before. The Alabama win was, I think, even more impressive because I think it relates more to NCAA tournament. And T. Jones, you can tell me if I'm wrong here. It's one thing to win at home because Tennessee's has been really, really good at home, but you're not going to win any NCAA games at home.
That's right.
You're going to have to win neutral site games and in places where maybe the opposing team will have more fans than you. That win against Alabama, where Tennessee was up, Alabama surged back, took the lead in a hostile environment, probably the toughest place to play right now in college basketball, to go in at halftime. Dalton Connect didn't have to save you, couldn't save you. He's in foul trouble.
Right.
And for other guys to step up, Meshack, I just thought it was a great win that's going to signal success in the tournament.
We always talk about defense travels, and defense traveled.
Yeah.
I mean, they held Alabama to 25% from 3, 30% from the field, and those are numbers that get you victories, even if you only shot 36% from the field and 30% from the 3. I thought a huge point of the game, when it looked like it was getting out of control early, Tennessee was down 6, and then Pringle went to the free throw line. He missed 2 free throws, and then ZZ came down and knocked down a 3, and then the next possession, Vescovy knocked down a 3. Boom! It was tied, and then it was a basketball game.
I think what gives me the most positive vibes about this team going to March Madness, to the SEC tournament, and to the NCAA tournament is that this team has a myriad of ways that they can figure out how to win. There's not just one way. If Alabama, for instance, is off from behind the three-point arc, they're done. They're toast because that's what they live on. But for Tennessee, there are so many different ways they can get it done. And to Tony's point, one of those was against Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, and from a personnel standpoint, if Mark Sears is not on, Alabama's in trouble.
Sure.
Dalton Connect wasn't on like we've been used to seeing him.
And then here came Meshack.
It was Josiah Jordan-James.
Yep.
It was other guys stepping up and making plays. That is the signal that you have a deep team.
And you not only have a deep team, Jason, you got a good coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
And Rick Barnes, and I got to say it, I'm paid to give my opinion. I think he outcoached Bruce Pearl on Wednesday, and he outcoached Nate Oates.
I think another thing about the Alabama game is your big men were in trouble.
Right.
Your big men were in foul trouble early. You had to go small, and you came up with yet another way to get it done.
another
And,
way.
and that's to the coaching you're talking about.
That's to the coach that I'm talking about. What he did against Alabama is he started running that horizontal baseline screen to post up Connect. Connect made a jumper in the lane and put him up. And then Alabama started double teaming Connect in the post. And then what we call it as basketball coaches, one more. Meshack knocked down the three, and boom, it was it, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, experience played a big part too, because when you're not having a good game early, it's easy to kind of go into the tank. And then when you're asked to go back out there late, mentally you're not ready. Jonas Adu went back out there after having foul trouble, made plays. Toby Walker made plays. The guys that played maybe a little off in the first half made plays for you in the second half.
All right, we'll put the QR code up. By the way, there's no rules anymore. No, anyway, put the QR code up if you would like to support the collective that is Spyre Sports and the Volunteer Club. Discounts to all kinds of autographed memorabilia, access to exclusive events with players, that and much more by being a member of the Volunteer Club. We'll talk more about Tennessee basketball and what's coming up this week. Also, we've got a couple of baseball players in studio next on the Volunteer Club Locker Room.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, Lincoln Memorial University, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Abraham Lincoln knew the power of an open door. He invited the public into the White House throughout his presidency because he understood open doors lead to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new discoveries. At LMU, our mission is to open doors for every student who comes here, so they can become everything they're meant to be. Come discover how we can open doors for you.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
Safety, integrity, reliability. More people trust the Joe Newbert family to return their vehicle back to its original condition or better. Only Joe Newbert Collision Centers offer pickup and delivery, worry-free insurance claim handling, and guaranteed repairs for as long as you own your vehicle. Insist on locally owned Joe Newbert Collision Centers. And drive safely out there.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
Here, certified butchers freshly grind beef, marking the time it was ground, not just the day. Nobody does food like Food City.
All right, so the play of the week brought to you by Garza Law is, well, it's kind of twofold. This right here is against Auburn. That's not exactly the play of the week. This is a great couple shots by Dalton Connect. But if you really want to see what it is, and it's brought to you by Garza Law, by the way, go to my Twitter, which is now X. And what it was when Meshack hit the three in the corner, then he got the steal. That went to Adu, the and one. Tennessee goes from down 2 to up 2, and those were the plays of the week.
That was a super events right there when Meshack hit the three, and then he got the steal. It was like a defensive back the way when they showed the replay. I mean,
I'm more like Kelly Washington run 15, but anyway.
He got the steal, and then he threw it back in bounds, and then he gave it to ZZ. ZZ gave it to Adu. Boom, and one. But what we just seen right there was connecting 25 to 21 Tennessee. He outscored Auburn 25-21 in the last 12 minutes. Is that a vintage performance, Jason, or what?
3 guys are guard connected at one point. And then you had your best player get taken to the rack and dunked on. I mean, it's time to just go home after that. That was brutal.
Let's talk quickly before we bring baseball in here in a few minutes. The week that comes up, it's time now to look forward because you've got a tough game at South Carolina, playing as well as anyone right now, playing very good basketball. You've got Kentucky coming to town this weekend. They're going to be looking for a little revenge. So, I mean, this is a big week for Tennessee. Have they got the SEC regular season wrapped up if they win one of 2?
If they win 1 or 2, I think they got a tie.
They're guaranteed a portion of it.
Yes, exactly, a portion of it. And just like I said last week, if they go 3-1, they got a portion of it. 63-59, they lose to South Carolina in Knoxville. They beat Kentucky 103-92.
Right.
It's each game going to be a dogfight. I mean, Lamont has got his team playing really well. They came back against Florida. They were down double digits against Florida. He implemented that 1-3-1, got them right back into the game. So it's going to be a dogfight. And South Carolina in Columbia, the fans is going to be really, really excited about having the Vols in their arena.
Yeah, Tennessee's playing better than South Carolina right now. But Carolina can beat Tennessee if they don't play up to their abilities. You can't have a Texas A&M game. If that happens, then we might see a storming of the court. But if Tennessee brings that performance from Alabama, I don't see how Carolina beats Tennessee.
By the way, did you happen to see on Twitter, X, the other day, that Alabama was practicing in the arena to stop the rushing the court?
Yeah.
They were practicing. If you let anybody show that you're practicing that, it doesn't end well.
Well, their coach said they don't storm the court because they expect to win those big games.
But they were practicing stopping the Alabama fans from storming the court if they were to beat Tennessee.
Well, they can use it next time. Somebody else. They didn't use it yesterday.
A lot of victories going on the Tennessee campus right now. Basketball we've talked about. Football's winning a lot of battles right now, and they're not even playing. Softball's doing really well. Baseball is 11-1. A.J. Russell is in. Cal Stark is in. Cal, I'm going to start with you real quickly as we bring you in. You're a local product. Does it mean more to you to see the success overall of Tennessee in general because you're a local Farragut kid?
Yeah, I think you can say that. Being able to come here and play here, and then obviously go to Omaha last year, and then the success we're having this year early on. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be, have my parents here, my family here. So yeah, I think it's really special to me, and I know it's really special to my parents and my high school here.
Cool.
AJ, you one of the star pitchers of the volunteer baseball team. I'm a big baseball fan, especially an MLB fan. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I remember when we had Justin Verlander and Matt Scherzer, David Price, and those guys.
Mark Fidrich.
The Bird. Who do you model your pitching style after, and do you have aspirations of playing Major League Baseball?
Yes, absolutely. I would say definitely have aspirations of playing Major League Baseball. I would say 2 guys I look up to that I always have looked up to as a lifelong San Francisco Giants fan and someone who lived in San Francisco for the 3 out of 5 years that they won it with Pablo Sandoval and Matt Cain and all of them, Buster Posey. I love watching Tim Lincecum, the Freak. I think that is someone I've always, made me fall in love with pitching, for sure. And then also, like you mentioned earlier, Max Scherzer, I think just his mentality, the way he attacks the game and the way he goes about it, I think you can take a lot from him as well.
Yeah, and the physique of Barry Bonds. Okay, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, Swain's going to go over for the Food City Player Perspective. And I'll never tell Swain what to ask, but ask him, Swain, is it hard for him to see the plate with the hair down in his face? We'll talk about that next when we come back. By the way, Vol Club Confidential, brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Spire's got this. VolQuest has got it. Father and son on the Tennessee basketball team, front and center with Austin Price.
What's up, my name is Jordan Gainey.
What's up, I'm Justin Gainey.
And we just finished our Vol Club Confidential.
Sponsored by Knoxville Smiles.
Go check it out at volclub.com.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by Ted Russell Ford, KOC, the official orthopedic partner of University of Tennessee Athletics. Better Mattress, Commercial Bank, Pilot, and KnoxvilleSmiles.com.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
I'm an owner.
I am an owner.
I'm an owner. And we're locally owned. Gray Hodges has been serving the Knoxville area with quality craft-made cabinetry for over 7 decades now. Craft-Made manufactures high-quality kitchen and bath cabinets in a wide variety of finishes with modern and traditional styles to choose from. Visit one of our 4 locations and let a Gray Hodges owner show you the perfect craft-made design to fit your needs. Gray Hodges. Employee-owned. Service perfect.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old-school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
When you're 6'4" and 320 pounds like I am, finding a mattress is a challenge. That's why I went to Better Mattress for help. It's not about just selling big store brands. At Better Mattress, it's about making a mattress that fits the person's body type and their personal preferences. Look, after a big football game, this body is tired and sore. I have to have a mattress that helps me rest and rejuvenate. Big O and Better Mattress. Good night, just got better.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
All right, it's time for the player perspective by Food City, and joined here by A.J. Russell and Kyle Stark. And guys, last year made an awesome run to the College Baseball World Series. What was the biggest lesson from last year that you feel like you can take to this year?
I would say never give up. I mean, you can look at that any way you want, but when you're looking at a 5-10 record in the SEC, and we're sitting there Friday night versus Vandy, and we're going, are we going to be playing baseball in a few weeks? And it was kind of one of those things that it was like, just keep going each and every day, and it was like we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out, and it took longer than what we anticipated and wanted, but obviously in the end we ended up doing that. So it was like taking that lesson into this year, going, it might not start the way we want it. It might start the way we want it. However it does, though, we just got to keep putting our best foot forward each day, and whatever happens, that kind of happens.
Yeah, kind of piggyback off of that. You get a certain amount of games to play, so I guess you might as well make the most of those because you don't really know. Like he said, we were sitting at 5-10. We were like, are we going to make the postseason or not? But kind of just making the most of it with your teammates and cherishing those moments. And then I feel like if you do that, I feel like you're going to be playing together because you'll be playing backing each other up, and it just makes it easier to win ball games that way.
Some of the best moments are those inter-squad scrimmages. Doesn't matter what sport it is. You guys scrimmage, and got a pitcher here, we got a catcher here. You guys go up against each other. Take us through what it's like when you guys face each other during practice.
I personally think it's the hardest thing to do, just because it's kind of hard to get motivated for when nobody's in the stands, or like you're just facing your friends. So you kind of have to come up with like little games or like little things in your head. Like some days I'll be like, this is the guy I'm getting out today. Like I'm making this guy look silly. And if I'm facing Cal, I try and make that happen every time. But he seems to have my number pretty well the last year and a half. So it's been it's just one of those things where you kind of have to come up with games within it to kind of almost trick your mind into thinking like this is a real game. Like you're going out there, you got to give it everything you got today.
Cal, you don't have like the stats against AJ or anything, do you?
No, I have the stats against him.
So what's your stats against Russell?
2 for 5 with 2 homers off him.
And those 2 home runs, were they like barely over the fence or they parking lot?
They weren't cheap ones.
No, they were not cheap for sure. One might have actually landed in the river. So yeah, no, he's got me on that one. And I mean, he lets me know all the time when I get too big of a head or something, and I'll start messing with him. Then he'll just be like, "I'm 2 for 5, man." I'm like, "Yeah, you are. You really are." So
that's awesome, Cal. Man, Farragut High School, that's a powerhouse program when it comes to baseball. What did you carry from Farragut to your collegiate playing days?
Really just hard work. You know, Coach Matt Buckner over there, you know, you start in that program, you start really probably 7th and 8th grade, you know, coming to high school and watching them play and stuff like that. And you know, from an early age, you know, he was always, you know, work hard, give everything your best shot, and kind of just put your head down and work, and then good things will happen for you. You know, you treat the game right, it'll treat you right. So,
couple ballers in the lineup last year, pitching staff, and you know, you were a freshman last year, and you got in the World Series and did a really, really good job. Taking that experience from last year and carrying over to this year, what was your mindset during the off season?
Just go to work.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I had a lot of talks with V and a lot of talks with our strength coach, Q, as well, just about improving strength and what I can do to put myself in the best position for this year. And I mean, just kind of seeing what other guys did and what I can take from them and what I shouldn't take from them, and that kind of thing. And then when you got guys like Richard Jackson, who's been through the program, and then Coach A is awesome. He's always communicating with us. And then also Redmond Walsh, who was on the staff last year. I learned a lot from all 3 of them last year, just about how the season goes, how to prepare properly, that kind of thing. So just kind of taking little things from every person that you think you can take into your game. I think it's the biggest part that I found this fall and all that.
Tennessee baseball was public enemy number 1 a couple of years ago. Was listed as the villain, and all the bat flips and extra you know, things that went on during the baseball game, which, hey, it's fun, it was entertaining. I loved it, but it put an X on your back.
Absolutely.
As a pitcher, how do you handle the bat flipping? We know the hitters love doing it, but as a pitcher, how do you handle that?
I mean, honestly, I don't mind it. A lot of the time, if I'm giving up a homer, I'm looking at the ball, seeing how far the ball goes. Honestly, I mean, especially when it's hit hard and you're turning around, you're looking, you're seeing the ball fly over the fence, you're just like, oh man. So a lot of time you don't even see the hitter. I think really where people get into problems is when they start talking towards the pitcher. And I think there's times where I've had a lot of bat flips off me, a lot in practice, and quite a few in games. This guy right here. And so I think like a lot of times like I don't even notice that. And so I think if you can do, I'm a big into believing like you can do whatever you want as long as you're not saying anything to the pitcher or anything like that. And I think it goes both ways. I mean, I think it makes it fun and it makes it entertaining, and I think a lot of people end up watching because of that as well. So,
well, all eyes will be on Tennessee baseball this year, guys. Another trip, another quest to the college basketball, college baseball World Series. This is great. So many teams winning. It's hard to keep up. Baseball, college World Series. There we go.
11-1. Tony V's got the ballers balling. I can't wait to get out to Lindsey Nelson and watch him play.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Renovation going on. We'll talk about basketball in the week that is in the minute that we have left when we come back.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Matlock Tire, Gray Hodges, Humana, D1 Training, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set. What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh yeah.
I'm Dr. Mike Costa, Malone & Costa Dentistry. You can find us at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I'm standing here in front of a dental robot. We're one of 2 dentists in the state of Tennessee that utilize this cutting-edge technology. Do you have a broken tooth, a tooth that's in pain, or a denture that doesn't fit well? Maybe you're a little anxious? You can come in and we offer comprehensive sedation services and utilize this awesome technology to give you precise, accurate care. If you think this technology can help you, visit our website at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I look forward to helping you.
Knoxville is my home. I was born and raised here, and I was blessed to raise my family here. This community is one that I'm proud to live in and serve every day. At Ted Russell Ford for over 50 years, we've been Knoxville's hometown dealer. Helping our friends and neighbors own their first car or their dream car or truck has been our absolute pleasure. At Ted Russell Ford Lincoln, we will continue to serve our community because East Tennessee, you've always supported us. Thank you.
Visit us at one of our 2 locations on Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or online at tedrussellford.net.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah.
Humana takes us inside the orange. Who was the player of the week for the 78th time? It's Dalton Knecht. 39 points. What a bummer he couldn't get to 40 against Auburn. Tennessee just a couple wins away from an outright SEC title. Here's my question. You go to South Carolina this week, then you've got Kentucky at home. I know there are rules. There are rules about the blazer. Am I wearing this next Sunday night? Because you guys have told me you have to beat Kentucky for me to wear this.
2-0 SEC outright champions.
Then I can wear it.
Yes, sir.
Take it to the cleaners. You're wearing it on Sunday.
It's clean. What's wrong with it? South Carolina
wrinkle.
midweek game. Kentucky Saturday. Hope we're wearing this next week. Going to be a fun week. Thanks to the baseball Vols for coming in. We'll see you next week on the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spyre Sports. This is the Players Show.
Makes a move, and Vescovy strips it away from him and takes it. Taking it back-to-back possessions. He's taking it right away from him. 46-43. Vescovy top of the key to tie, and he hits. Money! Vescovy drives baseline. Picks it off in the corner to James. Out front, Knecht. He'll turn and fire. Drills it. Money! And Meshack gets the rebound for Tennessee. Drops it off to Ziegler, now to Vescovy. Drives to the basket, lays it in. Adu set a great pick. Yeah, you're right, Bob. Knecht. They get it top of the key. Now to Adu. Adu throws it back out. Meshack. Meshack drives, bounce pass to Adu, and he slams it. What a pass. Tremendous play by Meshack. Ziegler drives, gets to the basket, goes up and under, throws it out in the corner. Meshack's three. That's on the way. Good. Money! There's a steal by Meshack.